All right, on a Monday, Xtra 1360, Fox Sports San Diego, Mark and Rich show. And let's jump right in with the coach. Rocky Long is joining us right now. And, Coach, your reaction to Rashad Penny getting fifth at the Heisman. He's been named by the Writers Association as an All-American. Few things are starting to come his way. I know it could have been maybe even better. I still think he should have been in New York. But what'd you think of all this?
Well, I think he's starting to get a little bit of his due. I think that obviously we're prejudiced around here. We thought he should have been in New York. We thought he should have been at the other award ceremony that ESPN put on. But with him making All-American and hopefully there's some more to come, I think he's finally getting what he deserves.
Coach, I know that with some of your downtime, you've been watching some NFL games. When you do that and you watch the running back play at the next level, do you see Rashad Penny being one of those guys who could step in and immediately contribute with whatever team he signs with after this?
I think for sure. I don't think there's any question. And I watch them, and there's some really good running backs in that league, but they're also playing with some average running backs in the league. So I think that someone will take him that needs a full-time number one running back, and he'll do very well at that level.
Coach, you've talked all year about how the system is kind of set up to not really benefit guys in the group of five. And for that reason, maybe you and your program seem like, we don't really want to waste our time trying to promote something it's not going to work. Do you still feel that way? Are there any regrets? Is there anything you'd have done differently this year?
No, I don't think so. We expected him to have a good year, but because of the history of our program, he was the backup running back the year before. So I don't think you jump ahead and predict the kind of things that he's done so far this year. I don't think you can. I think he's exceeded our expectations, and as he started performing that well, we started pumping him up, and obviously I think being in the group of five hurts that, obviously, but I think he had a great year, and I think he's starting to get some recognition.
Moving on to the bowl game, Armed Forces Bowl coming up 2 weeks from this last Saturday, December 23rd. You guys take on Army. So this matchup, this bowl game, was there any letdown amongst the team, amongst the coaching staff, that this is where you guys were slated? Or was that really just excitement that you were landing in a bowl game? It didn't matter the competition, didn't matter where the bowl was going to be played?
Well, number one, I think we're excited about going to a bowl game for the 8th straight year. I think that's something that a lot of programs aren't able to do, and I think our team's excited about going to another bowl game. I think deep down, I think our team wanted to play a Pac-12 school. I think because out here, everybody considers that the best league on the West Coast, and we wanted to play another one of those. But I think where we ended up is really good. I think that being in Texas, we've got several Texas kids on our team. I think that's exciting. I think playing a service academy with the reputation that they have, and now that they've won the Commander-in-Chief trophy, I think that's added to the excitement of us playing Army in Fort Worth.
Coach Rocky Long joining us, Mark and Rich show. Now, Coach, Rich has passed along to me, and you can hear it when you talk about it, the respect you have for the service academies, and that you, I believed, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but once said this is maybe the greatest offense ever created, what is often played at the service academies. As a football viewer, I'll freely admit, right, it's not the football that I love watching. Convince me. Tell me what it is I'm missing when you look at the way they play.
Well, I don't think you're missing anything. I think that in this day and age of TV and all those sort of things, I think that the majority of fans want to see the ball in the air. They want to see a wide-open offense because they love to watch great athletes, throw it and jump high and catch it and all those sort of things. I think they like to watch great pass rushers rush the passer and sack the quarterback. I think those are all things that you see easily. What you don't see when you play against an offense like Army runs and most of the academies run is you don't see the intricacies of what they're actually doing. I mean, the blocking schemes, the way they come off the ball, the quarterback reading a different guy that tells you who's going to get the ball. I think a real fan of football that can actually put binoculars down there and watch what's going on at the line of scrimmage really enjoys that kind of offense. But I think the majority of fans want to see the ball in the air. They want to see things out in the open where it's easy to see what's happening.
Coach, bowl season is an ending of sorts. Obviously, the season officially comes to an end, but also careers. Seniors will move on and play in the NFL or go on to their careers as professionals in the business world. Who are the players that you guys are going to especially miss, and what happened this season, maybe unexpectedly so, that gives you hope for the next couple seasons to come?
Well, I think that we have some very talented young players coming up in the program, maybe more so with experienced players of this year. We probably have 3, maybe 4 guys that probably have potential to play in the NFL. A couple of them will get drafted. Obviously, it's going to be impossible to replace Rashad Penny and the great year that he had. But what's best about our program is the guys that aren't NFL talents, they play at a very high level here. They enjoy themselves. They get a degree. And the majority of them will graduate by this December or have already graduated, and the majority of them already have jobs. It's only those in-betweeners that think they're pro players that we know are not, that are struggling with their decisions.
Coach Rocky Long joining us. Hey, Coach, how much will it be on your mind? A goal for the staff, whatnot, in the bowl game, Rashad Penny, 107 more yards.
I think that will. I think everybody in our program knows that and understands that, and we did it last year. I think a bowl game, since we're not in the playoffs, I think a bowl game is a reward for a good season. I also think it's a chance for you to have a little bit of fun, and him breaking the record will be a little bit of fun. We might even let Rashad do a couple things that he hasn't done this year, so that will prove to the entire nation that he's the most versatile player in the backfield.
Like what?
Well, I'm guessing John Barron's going to be on the sideline for a couple field goals. Is that what you're indicating?
I'm not giving it away. Obviously, I'm not going to give it away, but everybody should watch because it'll probably happen early in the game. Hopefully it'll happen early in the game.
That's fantastic stuff. Hey, Coach, I know you get itineraries for events along with the bowl game. The team gets to go and do cool things, amusement parks, steak eating contests. I remember one of my bowl trips. What event, if there are any, have you gotten the itinerary for that you're especially looking forward to?
Well, I spent some time in Fort Worth. I coached at TCU, and that's where we're playing the game. I coached at TCU for 3 years. And the first night we're having a barbecue in Billy Bob's down in the stockyard area of Fort Worth. And,
now we're talking.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, our players they're looking forward to eating because it's going to be barbecue, of course, and I'm sure they're looking forward to eating. But I also expect there to be a little bull riding and some country and western music. I don't think all of our guys are into that.
Oh, my gosh. What else would the place be called than Billy Bob's? That is fantastic. I can already tell you, Coach, you've made this bowl game more interesting just by this conversation.
Yes.
This is good. Coach, one more thing for you. What is your reaction to these salaries at the coaching ranks? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't want to actually, I'm embarrassed that coaches are making that kind of money. I mean, obviously, I'm making good money here, nothing like that, but I'm making good money here, and I appreciate that because when I got into coaching, there was no such thing as coaches making the kind of money that we're making now. But anytime a football coach gets a 10-year contract for $75 million or whatever that was for, that embarrasses me because guess what? I'm sure that their program makes money, and I'm sure that he does a great job, but he doesn't make one tackle, he doesn't catch one pass, he doesn't score one touchdown. And we're not only in this to have a salary, we're in this to develop young men, so it's embarrassing at times.
Wow. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Coach, I think everyone's on the same page on that. Hey, thanks so much for coming on. Congrats on another great year. We are now looking forward to the bowl game even more than we were. Have a great time and happy holidays.
I appreciate it, guys. Happy holidays.